Hi everyone, and welcome to In a Woman's World. The topic this week is teen pregnancy. We had asked on Facebook throughout the week for your questions if there was anything that you could ask a teen girl who was pregnant, what would you ask her? And we had a lot of great feedback, a lot of great questions people asked. I am going to tell my story and then I'm going to get to the questions. Okay, so I was 16 when I got pregnant. I had just gotten my driver's license in January. And I had met a guy. He was very great. And, I loved him. I thought I did. At that time I did. In my house growing up, my mother never talked about sex to me. I had no idea what it was, only from what I heard from my friends at school, so I didn't know really anything about it. I'm 16. At 16 you should know, but you don't know. You think you know. But anyway, so in July is when I got pregnant. And I was so scared. I was still in school. I remember hanging out with my friends, and there was another girl I was hanging out with who was pregnant, and everybody knew she was. Nobody knew I was. Second month, third month, fourth month went by. I was dating a different guy by that time, and I ended up telling him that I was pregnant, and told him not to tell because I hadn't told anybody. And I guess finally about 5.5 months into my pregnancy, I had not told anybody. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to end up showing. I cannot have this baby without telling somebody. So I remember worrying about how I was going to tell my mom. And it was the strangest thing because that whole night before, I had dreamed how I was going to tell my mom, and it happened exactly like that. It was like God was telling me He was there for me. I'll be there for you. We'll get through this together. So I ended up telling my mom, and she was very upset. She was hurt, disappointed, which I don't blame her. She was, wasn't too excited about it. She was confused. She was she didn't know what to do necessarily. But you know what? She was there for me. And I thank the good Lord every day that she was there for me. She never pushed or suggested adoption. She's like, you're going to handle this. I'll be here to help you. But you got yourself into this fix. You're going to live through it, Basically, you made your bed. Now you're going to lie in it. My son is 13 now. I have a 2-year-old, and he's a great big brother. He is such a special child to me because, I love him so much, and he changed my life. And I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. God has a plan for everything that happens. And Daniel brought my family closer together. So I really believe that that's what it was, but my teen pregnancy was better than most girls get. So I'm going to get to the questions, and that'll help tell my story too. Let's see. The first question on the page is from Trinette. She says, do you feel like you were old enough to be a responsible parent? Did you feel robbed of your childhood? Okay. Did I feel like I was old enough to be responsible? No. I mean, I had sex at 16. I wasn't responsible. I wasn't responsible enough to make sure that, he was using protection or I was on protection. So no, I don't think I was thinking that I was responsible enough. The second one is, do you feel you were robbed of your childhood? Let's see. Yes, I do feel like I was robbed of my childhood because I missed out on ring dance. I missed out on prom. I missed out on field trips with my school. I missed out on hanging out with my friends after school because I had to have a job so I could pay for this baby. My mom was there to help me by babysitting and stuff like that, and she would buy clothes and stuff like that, but she made sure that I went to school and then I had to go to work right after that. So do I feel robbed? Yes. Alright, this one is from Joya Town. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know, this is what she's saying. I don't know that I can formulate what I am thinking into a question. It's just that I wonder sometimes how they feel about their situations. If they are content and accepting of it, or if they're really scared about the future. I was 30 and married for 7 years before I had my first child, and it's a big deal anytime. I just don't know how I would have felt if I was a teenager going through it. Okay, so was I content and accepting of it? Yes. I was already there. I was already pregnant. Was I scared about the future? Yes. I was very scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. You know, I had this thought that would anybody love me now because I've got a child by another man? You know, would there be a good daddy for my son? You know, those were all the thoughts that I had. Let's see, this one is from Crystal Denzer. She says, how did you come to get in that situation? I was young, dumb, and stupid. I let him... I want to say that it was kind of like a pressure. It was kind of like peer pressure. I thought, oh, I love him. You know, if I sleep with him, he'll love me too. You know, it'll be forever. This is what everybody's doing. You know, obviously I was hanging out with the wrong crowd, but this is what everybody's doing. Everybody's having sex. So, were your parents too involved or not involved enough? My parents were very involved, and I'm very thankful that they were. Very thankful that they were. What do you wish your parents would have done differently to help you not become a teen mom? I wish my mother would have been open enough to talk about sex around me. There was never any sex jokes. There was never any kissing, never any snuggling, never any cuddling. None of that was in my household. I had no idea about sex except for what I had learned from sex ed in school and through my friends. So I really wish my mom would have had a more open conversation about sex with me. Was this the result of a careless behavior? Yes. Did she feel like something positive can come out of this? I don't really remember. I know, yes, I was scared. I was happy that my parents were very supportive. So I guess, yes, being that my parents were understanding and supportive, I do feel that something good could have come out of it. This one I get a lot. It says, what made you think it wouldn't happen to you? I honestly thought it would not happen to me. First time, didn't happen. Second time, didn't happen. You know, I thought, oh, okay, I'm not going to get pregnant. So, yes, you can get pregnant. It will happen to you. This one is, did you use protection? Yes and no. We did sometimes, we didn't sometimes. Let's see. This one person says, is it fun now? No, it really wasn't. At that point, it was not fun. You know, it was very hard. It was very scary. It was very stressful. I was tired. I had to go to school. I had to work. I missed out on my childhood. No, it was not fun. Let's see. Was it worth it? I get that all the time. No. Well, it's another yes and no situation. At that point, was having sex before I was married worth it? No. I got pregnant. And I wasn't even sure that this was the guy I was going to marry. It was just somebody who I thought I loved right then. Do I consider it worth it now? Yes. My son is wonderful. I would not trade him for anything. I wish I could have had the same child later in life after I was married. Let's see. This person put, what can I do to help you, and what can you do to help yourself? The main thing that helped me out the most was having supportive people around me. You know, my parents were there. They helped me out so much. They were just wonderful, and I could not have been any more blessed. So basically, what can you do to help me is be supportive. What can I do to help myself is have the support and encouragement that, yes, you can finish school. Yes, you can get a job. You can do this. You're a great mom. You know? Let's see. Is the father going to be in the child's life and be a supportive parent, or is he just a sperm donor? My son's father was a very supportive father. I am so glad that he was in my son's life. So girls, if you are already pregnant or already have your baby, I highly suggest, please let the father be a big part of that child's life. It's not only going to be good for the child, it'll be good for the father too. You know, they were there, they helped, you know. I'm very thankful that my son has his father. I would not trade that for anything. No matter how much him and I didn't get along or how much we fought, I am so happy that he is a part of that child's life. What about child support? That's another thing you have to think of. If you're a teen girl, he's a teen boy, how much child support do you really think you're going to get? Seriously. You know, so that's another thing you have to think about. And let's see. It says, are you prepared to give this child the best possible life they can have, or is there a family out there who could give them a better opportunity to succeed? Wow, that's a deep one. If you are a teenager and you're already pregnant, and your parents are not going to support you, your family's not going to support you, the dad's not going to be around, and you honestly cannot 100% support this child by yourself, then please consider adoption. Not abortion. Please consider adoption. There's many families out there who are dying to have a family and they can't. So please, please, please consider adoption. Let's see. It says, the last one is, well, I'm sorry, it's not the last one. It says, do you regret having sex at a young age or before you were married? Yes, 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 yes. I can look back now, and at that time, and if you're a teen watching this and you think, I don't care about waiting, I want to have sex, I love this person. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Please wait. Please, please, please wait. And I don't care how many times you've heard this, or how many times, or how many people you've heard it from. If you love that person and that guy loves you, waiting is not an option. I mean, it's not a thing. You will wait. You'll be happy to wait. Let's see. How do you think your life will change? My life changed dramatically. I didn't get to go to college. I could have. I just didn't because I had to work to raise my child. So I had these big dreams to become a marine biologist. That's what I wanted to be. I couldn't do that. I would have to go away to school. I didn't want to take my child with me or leave my child here while I'm at school. So my plans changed pretty much. So, girls, if you're out there and you're watching this, and I don't care how crazy you think I am, and if my opinion even matters to you, but I highly suggest that if you are considering or if you are having sex, just make sure it's protected. I don't care how much you think babies are cute and cuddly and snuggly and all their little cheeks are so precious. It's not all about that. You don't see the 3 feedings during the night. You don't see the sick babies that you have to take to the doctor. You don't see the crying fit and meltdowns that these babies have. Yada yada. I mean, it's so much more involved than this cute little outfit you can buy for a child, or that cute little cheeks, or this. Ugh. It is. It's a lot of work, girls. It's a lot of work. So, but anyway, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.